Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today will be chapter 4, and this is, I think, the last chapter in your syllabus. However, you will have time for, I will give you this, how many? Now we are week 7. Week 7 or 6? We are week 7 or 6?
6.
So this left, you have 4 or 5 weeks. I think there is one test and there is one assignment more, and you have mini project. And big load will go for your mini project because you will have report and you have to present. And inshallah, as I told you last time, you can work in groups. It is okay, it is fine, but try to discuss with each other. Maximum 3 in the group. Okay, so you can, because now we have facilities like in the team, you can discuss and then come with the ideas and then write report and try to divide, share the responsibility. Not only one do the job and others get the benefits. Not like that. It is, you have to be responsible. Now you are mature, you are not young anymore. You have to feel that you have to do something. And based on your presentation, I will understand that you take the idea only, or you share responsibility and do some research and then go for information and then discuss with each other and finally come up with the report and presentation. This will be clear from your presentation. Hopefully you will do, inshallah, very good job. Title is impacts of invention and innovation. Okay, well, we are doing invention and innovation. If there is any problem, then we try to find the solution. This solution could be invention or could be innovation, and we solve that problem. But at the same time, we will get some problems, some it's called impacts or a negative side effect of this invention or innovation. I think any invention, almost most of invention nowadays, especially with media, especially, it has somehow, of course, positive effect too much, but there is small negative effects, which is the misuse of the invention or innovation. So if we use it in a good way, for example, now internet, if we are using it in very good way to look for materials, we can study more, we can develop our knowledge, we can share our knowledge. That very, very positive impact of invention and innovation. However, if we are using this media in bad way, then it will affect us and also our children. So this depends on us, how we are using the invention or innovation. We are using it in a good way or in a bad way. So here education, and also here ethical, somehow related to religious. If you are with religious values, good manners, then you will not use this invention or innovation for bad for bad things. You will use it always in a very good things. Okay, we'll have some example. We'll see in details what is the impact. Here it says that technology can have positive and negative impacts on individual, society, and the environment. Is it very true? I think very, very true. Humans have the capability and responsibility to constrain or promote technological development. Okay, I will read its theory, but if you want to ask, you can ask. Technology by itself is neither good or bad, but decisions about the use of product or system can result in desirable or undesirable consequences. Okay? There is something called technological literacy, what we mean by technological literacy, it is not only what students should know about how to be able to do, but what all citizens in the technology driving system need to know and be able to do. So nowadays, you can notice that all people, now children also, if you give them iPad or your telephone, they know how to play the game, how to utilize, how to use. There is no difficulties. In our area, it was very difficult to use. We need to ask our fathers, what is that? What is this? But nowadays, and this is, because of this nowadays new era, technological development, especially in IT uh, technology. Basic technological literacy is necessary. Literacy, it means knowledge, ability to use. Is necessary to make informed decision about technology and its impact. Technological literacy is the ability to use, manage, assess, and understand technology. Okay. Technological literacy has been defined many ways, but all of them include similar characteristics. So if in the test come to you define the meaning of technological literacy, so you will have uh, those items will be the answer. One is ability to make decision about technology. Number two is position of basic literacy skills required to solve technological problems. Ability to make wise decision about use of technology. Ability to apply knowledge, tools, and skills for the benefit of society. In chemical engineering, if we talk about analytical instrumentation or analytical instruments like GC, HPLC, UV, we need to know the way how to use, how to make how to get the best results from our machines. So how to make standards, how to make calibration, how to make all that things so that you will get good results. And it means that this also, it is literacy, but in the way in chemical. Okay. Ability to describe the basic technology system of the society. Okay. What impacts of technology? There are many impacts. The impacts of technology is viewed as the solution to problems and the new problems created by the solution. You are trying to solve one problem, but at the same time, you will get side effect. You will get other problems based on that invention or innovation. So you are trying to fix one of the things that you are trying to solve, but at the same time, misuse of that technology will lead to side effects. Like when you are using medicine, for example, medicine will cure you for specific disease. However, will give you side effects sometimes. Not all medicine, but some medicine will give you side effect. That will make another problem. So this is why we have to use technology in very good way and very wise. I call it very wise way. Okay. Optimization is the process of seeking or developing the best solution to a problem. The best solution for a problem is not likely to be found the first time. I don't know. I keep the camera on or no? Okay. All right. Okay, you can see me, no problem. You can stop me if you have any question. You can stop me. Okay. All right, or you are sleeping.
All right, sir.
All right. So we say that optimization is the process of seeking or developing the best solution to a problem. The best solution for a problem is not likely to be found the first time. This makes it possible for future development to improve or optimize the product. Every new technological advance or solution has some hidden, unknown negative effects. What we call this negative effects, usually we call it trade-offs. So when we are talking about negative effects, or we call it compromises, are called trade-off. Negative aspects of product could affect people and the environment in way that are sometimes more harmful than the solution. Sometimes also it gives more negative. So this is why maybe if you have new innovation or product, if it is not really very helpful for the society, maybe it will be at the beginning very, maybe highly demanded. But when the people found that it has harmful effect, then people will stop to buy your product. Okay. When new technology is developed, decisions are made regarding the amount of risk that is acceptable in attaining a solution. Many of those risks were not considered as carefully as they should have been, and we are now just starting to see their effects. Technological change. The evolution of technology has been a series of progressive improvements to fulfill a need or provide a convenience. In the beginning of our technological evolution, more emphasis was placed on development of a solution and less on the implication it may have on society or the environment. One very example is IT. People make it very good to communicate, to share knowledge, to increase our, education, whatever. However, nobody thought about the negative effect at that time. But nowadays we can see the negative. For example, if you have kids or your kids, there is no control on them, on the way how we use this technology. It will have very bad effect for them in the future. So this is kind of course, we get benefit, but at the same time, we have to pay the cost. So, but one thing, if we use it in a wise way, under control, then it will be very helpful innovation or invention. Early technological development, because of smaller knowledge base and lack of communication, was very slow and sometimes took hundreds of years. For example, if you take the wheel as beginning of invention very long time ago, to develop that wheel from horse to train to then it takes very long time. That is because of lack of communication and how to see each other. People difficult to transport, to go from one place to another, difficult to talk with each other. So transfer of technology that time will be very slow. As we progress through time and develop more ideas and solutions, it became easier and faster. Increased knowledge, communication, and writing, and the ability to improve current products played an important role in the change process. We have here example, computers, television, phones, etc. Television maybe, but also I think, television was before, it was very only black and white and very difficult to watch clear. And then development became colorful, but very heavy because the cathode lamp and very long and very heavy to carry. But nowadays, TV, it is just very smart and very thin, and you put on the wall, and you can see like cinema. So development takes time, but improve the quality and also the side effect. For example, to watch before, maybe it gives you bad effect to your eyes or sight seeing. But nowadays TV, they have make layers so that waves, or we call it some like alpha, beta, gamma. This will not go from the, because there is some isotopes coming from TV. Nowadays, they are trying to make it more safer, more also easy to see. So this is one of the things how things develops. Okay. Implications: the choices we make can have long-lasting positive or negative effect to our future. For example, if you are watching TV for a long time and our sightseeing became weak, this will be cannot be recovered easily because you lost your sight, you lost your eyes, then difficult to make it again. Especially with age, you go older, then all this became more worse. So now you are still young. Try to utilize your internet, your in very good way. Try not to use in bad way that affect you in the future. Okay, try really to make the best things of the new technology. Even if we make good choices, the results of those choices will affect individual, society, environment, and future technology. Okay. Example: internal combustion engine. That big invention at the beginning. It was very great invention in the history because people can start to move in combustion engine, meaning that you can use train, so it will be faster. People can move from one place to another easily. The use in the automobile created a change in work and leisure activities. It influenced the economy, changed the way we built cities, and shortened travel time. Very, very true. Unfortunately, it has also had drastic impact on our environment. One of this pollution, especially in chemical students, they study this subject. Other students also, I think, they worry about pollution. Now pollution became very hot topics because it affects all human. When we talk about global warming, it doesn't affect only the people who emit or release this pollution. It goes to all human. So if there is negative effect, sometimes will not affect only the man or the one who released this negative effect, but affect all society. And pollution is one of the problems. For example, water pollution. Also, if water is polluted and come to our homes, we drink, it contains heavy metals, toxic hydrocarbons, then we will get many problems like many like cancer, like kidney failure, like organ disorder. There are many problems coming from this pollution. Another one is accidents and then erosion. Erosion means that the land, here we are talking about the land. For example, it was fertile land. With time, with erosion, will be not anymore suitable for plantation. Okay, so there are many negative impact on this society and this technology if not used in proper way. Reduction in agricultural and forested land have had dramatic impact on our environment. This because forests, as you know, it is the lung of the earth, produce oxygen. So when we are cutting to make papers or whatever for building, or then we decrease the quantity of oxygen. Then increase of carbon dioxide will make global warming. So this is also one of the negative effects of uh, of of using in very bad way the resources we have. As a result of increased paved area and pollutants in the air, the average global temperature is rising in what scientists call global warming. Do you know what is global warming? Maybe chemical they know. Other students, do you know what is global warming?
Yes.
I think it is in TV. And global warming actually coming from the emission of gas, mainly carbon dioxide, and trapped on the atmosphere. And then wavelength of sun cannot penetrate this layer, and Earth became warm, meaning that maybe 100 years ago and now temperature little bit increase. And if this increase will make many damage for our Earth. For example, one of the thing is melting of the ice in the north and the south poles, as you see, meaning that cities close from the seashore may be covered in the future because of this misuse or extra, or how to say, sometimes we are using things we don't need actually. So this will affect also. One thing is our generation, our new generation, our kids will not have resources. Another thing is we contribute this to this global warming. One thing, for example, if I want to go to Chukai to buy something, I don't have to go to buy that thing, and after 1 hour I go to buy another thing, and after 3 hours I have to. Not like that. I gather all things in one day, and then I go just one time. And if I can go with another one also, better, because we save fuel, meaning that we are not talking about only money. We are talking about how to help the environment to be cleaner. Nowadays, because of COVID, it is preferable to go alone, because but this is special time, we are facing. But in normal way, we have to to think about these small things which contribute to have or to get more cleaner environment. Hopefully, you understand what I'm saying. You can follow. Okay, impacts of invention and innovation on society. There are 10 inventions that have most impacts on human society. I try to list 10 of them. One is the wheels. The wheels that make transportation for the old people was easier than to carry by themselves. So wheels used for horses, for cows, for whatever, to carry their goods. And that time, that goods, like their food, their drinks, something like that. Second one is compass. Compass is in the 14th century. This make people go from one place to another, try to communicate with each other, try to build a big society. After that became printing press. This is 1430s, almost 600 years ago from now. So this also new revolution, because people can write and read and printing. So meaning that is knowledge started to spread it from one place to another. After that came telephone. Telephone about 200 years or 150 years around. 1000, yeah, about 250 years ago around. It's very old, but also revolution, because people can talk with each other from one place to another, but cannot be wireless that time. And the set also very big. But anyway, this is the beginning. Steam engine also, this is a big revolution in 1698. So people start to use the train, and then electricity. So this is also very big revolution that time. Antibiotics also, these people nowadays, we are talking about COVID. People die because there is no antibiotics, there is no vaccination. So if any one of you make invention or innovation about vaccination for COVID-19, that will be very big invention. For example, you can imagine chicken pox. When it started, many kids die, nobody knows why. And there is no treatment, there is no anything to solve this, there is no medicine. So kids will die, nothing to do. But nowadays, if your kids or your brother or sister have chicken pox, it's very easy issue. Just go to the hospital and just injection and give you antibiotics, and then habis. Second day he is playing, or maybe the same day your kid or your brother or sister playing. Tada masala. When it started, like now COVID-19, why people die? Because there is no medicine. So people, especially who has chronic disease like heart attack, they have, for example, like high hypertension, people have diabetes, people who have kidney failure. All these people will suffer more because their immune system resistance of the body is more weaker. So when COVID-19 come to the lung and people cannot breathe and there is no enough facilities to provide all patients, especially in Europe, in America, became a big issue because all people mostly died because of this COVID. Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, if there is antibiotic, if there is vaccination for this COVID-19, will be like Selsama, Tada Masala. This is why people now just, it is temporarily, we have to follow MCO strictly because it's very important for the time being. Once vaccination and medicine have there, then will be no problem because people can go to the hospital or even from clinic or from pharmacy you can buy and you can use and recover soon. This is one very good example for our, but this is started 1920s and that time, for example, like malaria, like many problems that time. People die in massive, very big amount because there is no antibiotics. Okay. Became 1885 automobiles, and now you see we have different generation, different types of cars, different type of models, and you have now very advanced. And then electricity came 1752. This I talk about steam engine. This was for the transportation mainly, but electricity came after that. Okay, and then 1943 start computer, and now computer is now I talk with you because this of IT technology development, and so it becomes more more developed. And internet came later 1983, and that time started how to chat with your friend at the beginning, how to write and can answer you. That was big innovation that time, or big invention. And now internet, you see, you can use it for our discussion, our meeting, our class, our test, our whatever. Effect on society, transportation. The internal combustion engine, the main component of automobiles, had serious effect on man's work habits and leisure activities. Okay, public transport in the form of buses as well as privately owned cars allow people to work and educate themselves, as well as search for work and education. Miles away from their residence, it also made transportation between cities faster and cheaper. As the alternative to steam engine, trains were not carriage drawn by horses, but fast buses. Okay. Education, organized school accommodating hundreds of even thousands of students couldn't function without the massive production of educational books. And these educational books meaning that we have to cut trees. So there is negative effect on that. But nowadays, alhamdulillah, we have a laptop. You can write your report. No need to submit your report to me, especially hard copies, especially with COVID-19. Just soft copy will be enough. So we are saving, we are helping the environment to be more cleaner. So this is one of the advantage. Typography invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century brought a revolution on how books and small journals were produced. Books became cheaper and more available to the public, contributing to the rising literacy rate. I think literacy rate in Malaysia, it is very high, maybe more than 80. So literacy means that people who can read and write, but now not only read and write, how they can also, it means that well educated. For example, I will give you one example about literacy rate. In Japan, literacy rate is very high. With this COVID-19, even the population is about 130 million. It is not affected like other countries. What is the reason? Reason is education. So they follow SOP. The government say that you can go to the work, but you have to follow strictly SOP. So people will go to the work, wear mask, and then use sanitizers, use all precautions that needed, and the infection is very low. So if you go to other countries, why COVID-19 spreaded very fast? One of the reason is education. In Malaysia, Alhamdulillah, education is there and people follow somehow very good. And this is why now we came, you every day, if you see the TV, only 10, 9, 7, some very, very low. Meaning that if we continue for 2 more weeks or for 1 month, then Malaysia will be, inshallah, free from COVID-19. So this is, the importance of education, that people understand what is good, what is bad. When you ask people to stay at home, meaning that it is for their benefits, not for anyone else. So people follow. If you go to the work, you have to follow the regulation, the rules. You have to follow SOP strictly. Then problems will be more or less. You see, in Japan, you hear it is not like other countries. One of the reason is education. Other inventions with application in education are slide projectors, which made presentation in the classroom easier, and the internet, allowing students and teachers to search for any information from around the world. When you write a report, of course, you will get from the internet. That is okay, idea. But try to give me your own idea. I want to know how you think. And also, you can write also from the internet, but not exactly copy and paste. You need to use your own words. You have to be capable of writing reports, because now you are, inshallah, 1 year or after one sem you will graduate. So I suppose that you can write a report about if you go to the job, you will be able to do something. If your boss asks you to do something, then you can do it very easily. Bole, inshallah, bole. Internet you can use for information. However, you cannot just copy and paste. Try to understand and modify and make it more nicer, more better. Add your own ideas. Okay. Bole.
Inshallah, sir.
Inshallah, bole. Bole, inshallah, bole. I thought already slept. Still some of you wake up, huh? Good. This is education, online education. Now, we are using software like Zoom, Google, Microsoft, and we are using now Team Microsoft. This is what we are using now. So see the benefit that even though we cannot we cannot see each other, we cannot be close from each other because of social distancing, but we can still communicate with each other. Thanks for the application for this new IT technology. And if I ask you if you have like team software because we are talking about intellectual properties, which one will be suitable to register this software? Under copyright, under patent, under trademark, under geographical location, under ICs, which one suitable? Anyone can tell me? If you have similar to this team software, we can communicate with each other. You invent, but much better. For example, if you want to protect your invention, which IP you will go to apply for?
Copyright.
Bagus, very good, very good. Alhamdulillah, it means that you can understand what is the difference between copyright and patent and other IPs. Yeah, we suppose if it is software, we go through copyright, like publication. If you want to publish some knowledge in journals, that also will be copyright. Okay. So what is the advantage of this Microsoft team? Easily, I can contact you. That is very, very good. And you can also answer my question. See, now you answer my question. Very good. We can discuss together. If you have anything not clear, we can discuss. You can ask. I can answer you. Sometimes if I don't know, I will tell you. I will study and I will answer you later. Okay. I can give you only online assignment. That is you don't like. But for me, it's very important to evaluate you. And also I can give you online tests. Final also will be there. By the way, final will be multiple choice questions, maybe around 50 questions. And you can answer them, maybe I will give you the time, but will not be difficult. If you study your lecture notes, then inshallah will be no problem at all.
Objective, Doctor.
Yeah, will be multiple choice, will be A, B, C, D. You choose one of those answers. Very easy, but tricky, because sometimes answer will be similar to you. So you need to, but if you read carefully, understand the content in very good way, then no problem for you. Okay. All right.
All right.
Also, next time, maybe 11 week 11th or week 10th, if you finish early, then we can enjoy together to see your mini project presentation. That also will be through Microsoft Team. Okay.
All
Yeah. Any question you can ask.
everyone can see the presentation.
Okay, if you are in a group, I said that group maximum will be 3. Of course, individual better. Individual better, you can make your report, everything. But if you are working in a group, maximum 3, then 3 should divide the task, presentation. This will do the first part, this second will do the second, number 3 will do. Okay, so you share responsibility so that all of you can develop your soft skills. That I really want you to be very, very good on that. Because it's very important if you go to look for job. Nowadays, you know, for job hunting will be very difficult if you don't have this kind of soft skills. So I want to listen to you, and I try to make your presentation clear as much as you can. Okay? Clear?
Inshallah.
Inshallah boleh. Ani, sleep.
No, doctor.
No, sleep. Fatima Nadia, ada, sleep. Tada. It's okay, okay. All right. This is one of the. Of course, this is the very positive effect of using new technology or education technology nowadays. However, there is some shortcomings on that. What kind of shortcoming on this kind of applications? Maybe extra use of these things maybe affect your eyes. Maybe you go not to use for presentation for things, you go for YouTube to see something that not necessarily to see. Always working on laptop, not reading, not working, not do any physical things, that also will affect your sight. So there are some, you know, you have to care about this kind of things. Effect of on society communication. In ancient time, one could communicate only with anyone who was within hearing distance. Even when someone wrote down their thoughts, since there were no mass-produced books, only a handful of people would read their work. However, books, telegraphs, telephone, television, fax machine, and ultimately the internet have made it possible for people to communicate from any point on the globe. Such invention had a huge impact on communication between state leaders. Of course, state leaders, if they communicate and make good decision for their for the benefit of their nations, for their citizens, that will be good. But if they use it for to fight with each other, then we will be the victims as citizens. Okay. Effect on society productivity. The invention of electricity, light bulbs and machines were the main factors behind an abrupt rise in productivity from the 19th century onwards. Factories could stay open after sunset, creating new jobs for evening workers and contributing to the rise of productivity. Machines, robots helped complete tasks much quicker, or even took over some tasks, such as placing lids on bottles or carrying the product from one department of factory to another. Also here there is some negative effects for robot when we are using robot, meaning that job for people will be, because robot if do everything, then in the factory will not be need for human forces, meaning that will be less job opportunities. That is the negative impact of new technology. Nowadays, in if you go to CPU, Central Production Unit, in big factories, you will see only one man control from the control panel room, all the factory, and workers just in the logistic support. That is not good for for us because it will be difficult to find a job. Competition will be very high. Okay. Effect of on environment. Most of the current environmental problems are a result of technology created over the past 30 to 40 years. This is due mainly to the development of material used in products that are not biodegradable or recyclable. If they are not recyclable, disposal is still necessary and create landfill and runoff problems. That is in pollution control. For chemia students, they study too much about this one. For other students from other departments, I think also it is not difficult to understand the problems, because now if you throw plastic everywhere, then became problem of land fertility, meaning that crops cannot grow in the area where there is plastic. So meaning that we have to care of our sampah or garbage. We have to put in the right place so that it can be treated in the proper way, so that will not affect the environment. Material used to grow food and other agricultural products can also have damaging effects on the environment, like fertilizers. Fertilizers when go to the plant, and all not will go to the plant. Some will go in underwater or subwater. Okay, and that will go to the wells that sometimes we are drinking from. So before it comes to our homes, needs to be treated. So this will add extra cost for treatment, especially fertilizer. Sometimes there is some toxic elements on the toxic elements and also toxic chemicals. So needs to be treated before. Okay. Let's call it underground water. These fertilizers will not go all to the plant. Some will go to underground water and make contamination for underground water, or goes to the river, and river also we are drinking from the rivers, or to the sea also. It means that goes to the fish, and this fish will utilize, and then finally we eat and became problem on us. So there are many problems with these things. But fertilizer, if you use it in proper way, in what is needed really for the plant, then will not be big issue. When technology is developed to help improve life, it often can disrupt the balance of nature and cause irreversible damage. To damage the environment is very easy. You can put, for example, plastic on the ground, and that will plant will not go. We are damaging the soil. But to remove this plastic, it needs maybe to degrade maybe 10 years, 20 years, sometimes 30 years, sometimes 50 years also if plastic from a very strong one. So we are damaging our environment by misuse of the product we are utilizing or we are using. Environmental problems are not only about waste product, but deal with the raw materials and resources. Okay? Conservation of material in many circumstances is not a priority when developing new technology. Example, trees, fossil fuels, and different types of mineral. The excessive use of petro-consuming vehicles also had an impact on the atmosphere, contributing to a large concentration of greenhouse gases. And these greenhouse gases will make, as we said before, global warming. And global warming, you know that it is the effect of rising of temperature on our planet. Okay. Effect on environment with something we call techno trash. What is techno trash? Okay. It is term for the huge amount of trash created when we discard electronics. Okay. This coming techno trash from technology related to electronics. We discard 20 to 50 million tons of techno trash worldwide every year, which amounts to be about 5% of all solid waste. Okay, for example, your laptop damaged screen. Sometimes if you go to fix the screen, it costs you the cost of new laptop. So you prefer to buy a new laptop. What about the old laptop? Old laptop became samba, became garbage, became like, and then anytime you throw or you give to someone, or so this became, you know, no use anymore. So the you know, it's 5% of all solid waste. Of course, you don't throw to the people who are taking this to the right places. Maybe they can also recycle some of this spare parts, can be utilized. America, US produced 3.41 million tons of techno trash in 2011. In 2009, the EPA reported that, this is Environmental Protection Agency, this is in America, about 2.37 million tons of electronics were ready for disposal. That is 120% increase in the amount of junk electronics compared to the number from 1999. So see, 10 years difference, this became 120% more. In Malaysia, I expect also the same. It is also, this is techno trash, is very big amount. Only 24.9 of all discarded electronics were recycled in 2011. So meaning that 75% not recycled, go as a trash. Techno trash that ends up in the landfill is full of toxic material, because all we are talking about metals, heavy metals, like lead, like copper, like all those heavy metals will be in these electronic parts that can easily seep into the ground and ultimately get into groundwater supplies. Recyclers often use hydrochloric acid to strip computer chips and other gold-plated materials, creating fumes that are highly dangerous to inhale and polluting water sources with acid. Okay, to remove copper from computer wires. Yeah.
We have a. I have a class at 10 a.m.
You can leave, no problem. I will keep this in the, you can see after that, because we will soon, maybe soon, we'll finish. So
Okay,
I will
okay.
keep it recorded, then you can study later. No problem. Okay, you can download and you can listen anytime.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, Dr. You too. Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, for the others, stay. Maybe you can drink, if you have drink in front of you, tada masala, you can also eat, but listen carefully. To remove copper from computer wires, workers often simply burn the wires. Open burning release unhealthy hydrocarbon into the air. This is also, we have air pollution. Workers who dismantle cathode ray tubes, this is in the TV old, and computer monitors face the risk of silicosis. This is called chronic lung disease. It is also connected to the TB, often associated with minors and other risk from inhaling heavy metals. You see, so this is also many impacts, and that is all for today. If you have any question, I can answer all your question. Any problem, anything you don't understand?
No, sir.
No, sir, clear.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, then you can go for maybe makanan for breakfast. It is okay. Okay, I stop recording. Then stop. Okay.